All right, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Shameless Plug. It's your normal host, me and Max, but today we have a special guest. Glad to have you here, man. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. What's going on? This is Kwantais De'ron from Detroit. Mostly, I probably are familiar with me from modeling and acting.
Yeah, man. That's how we actually met. It's a funny story because that whole scenario was such a mess.
Yeah.
But it was a funny experience. I don't know if I'm like the one to tell, if I should be the one to tell the story, but we were basically promoting was it beard oil?
Yeah, it was a man's brand for like oil, butter.
Yeah.
Just the beard, facial butter.
It was like to promote like man butter. No.
Yeah.
It was to promote beard growth. And it's so funny because at the time I was clean shaven.
You was, bro.
But I was like one of the only black people could find, so they just had to give me. But that was a fun gig. I mean, I met you, so shout out. That was fun.
Yeah.
But I was actually a student at that time, so I was doing the modeling, acting stuff sporadically. But you were out here for a minute. You've been doing it for a minute, right?
Yeah, man. I've been to modeling and acting. Well, I've been modeling for about, I want to say, 5 years professionally now.
Okay.
And then acting, I just picked that up. So it's been about maybe 2 years with acting.
So you started modeling 5 years, you said?
Yeah, I want to say 5 years, total.
So personally, what got you into it?
Really, the crazy thing, man, it was my boy made me go to an audition.
Okay.
My boy made me go to an audition.
Yeah.
We was actually at the gym one day, doing what we do, and then he was like, "Yo, man, I don't know if you're into this, but this audition coming up, man, for this show. I think you should do it."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I don't know, bro. Like, that ain't really me.
Right.
I kind of like to just be chilling and stay in the background, but he was like, "You should do it." So
yeah.
Long story short, man, I didn't go to the first audition.
Oh yeah.
I told him I would go, but in my mind, like, I'm not going.
Right.
So
you always just say yeah, I got you, bro.
I got you. Yeah.
We'll keep in touch.
Yeah. And then 2 weeks went by. I saw him again, and he was just like, you bullshit, man. I'm telling you should go to this audition, man.
Yeah.
So I respect for him. I went.
Okay.
I respect my homie. I went. And then I went. I booked it, and everything just took off after that, bro.
So was that like a commercial? Was that like a show? What was the audition for?
Yeah, it was actually a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fashion show that was going on, and
yeah.
It was the first time I kind of really heard of it.
Okay.
Because being in Detroit, man, it's not really a fashion capital.
Right, it's not like a high fashion.
It's not, yeah.
Destination.
Exactly. And then me being from like the hood, like I grew up on West Side Detroit.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah. So this was just like third world to me.
Right.
You're saying it's crazy, but I went and then I booked it and everything just pretty much took off, man.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's usually how it goes for a lot of talent. Yeah. You can't really recognize it in yourself.
You can't.
You need someone else to, push you and get you to that point. But, I mean, you're taking off with it. You seem like a natural, bro.
Hey, man, I'm trying. What's crazy is people been trying to get me to do it since I was like 17.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wasn't, like I said, it wasn't my lane. Like, growing up, I grew up on the West Side of the hood, so it wasn't something that was introduced to me.
Right.
At an early age.
So, do you think that if you had an earlier start, you would be more comfortable, or do you think that you started at the perfect age? Like if you could do anything going back differently, would you?
You know what? Nah, I wouldn't, man. Because I think around the time I was 17, man, I was still, of course I don't know who I am at that point.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm still figuring myself out and everything. And then to be real with y'all, a lot of things that go on in the industry, man, you have to be mentally strong to deal with.
Definitely.
And
definitely.
At a young age, man, a lot of things, man, we aren't capable of, understanding or preparing ourselves for that time. So.
That's very true. I was just telling Max before the show, I got into it because of my dad. Okay. As a kid, he was like, "Oh, I got this cute kid. If he can make money, he better make me some money." Yeah. But I wasn't against it. But when you're that young, it's like I don't think you're ready. You're prepared to see what goes on behind the camera yet.
That's real.
And so that's why I took like a hiatus. I couldn't do it, man. Like I was like you. After I did it as a kid, I was like, okay, this isn't for me. I don't like it. And before I had a growth spurt, I wasn't tall enough. I was 14. I got rejected for it.
Wow,
so I had a growth spurt.
You were in a cereal box.
Oh yeah, me and my mom. Yeah, yeah.
Real, though.
That was hype. That was hype. But like, yeah, like you said, when you start out young, it kind of sours it.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of exploitation if you're not careful.
Of course.
And you know, as an adult, especially as a black man, as a black person, you know, you got to be very privy to it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, like even now, like the stuff we have to deal with.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's like you can literally not get in a project because of the color of your skin.
And even the shade.
Yeah.
Even the shade, even the length of your hair, texture of your hair. It's like when I started out, I had like the close cut hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
shortcut when we did the grooming joint, right?
it was shorter, yeah. But my whole life it was like fade.
Okay.
It wasn't quite a bald fade, but
Same.
when it was that short, you get typecasted.
Yeah.
Like I would always get things that were like, be this gangster, be this member, be this street guy. And then once it grows out, it's like, oh, we're going to pair him with a white woman for an ad. And like, oh, he looks more like this and that.
Definitely, bro,
It's
absurd, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, I don't know any of this stuff, so hearing it's kind of not funny, but it's just absurd. But it is, people judge you like
it's a crazy
all the
reality,
little things,
bro.
like how long your hair is.
Yeah.
And it's one of like the only venues where they have every, like, not right, but they have that power. Yeah. And there's nothing you can even do about it.
Nothing, bro. It's nothing. That's where the money comes in at. They're making all the decisions and stuff like that, you know. So
right.
And it's crazy. And society has such a strong space with it too, man. It's like if they see that a lot of interracial couples are like becoming popular, that's gonna be the thing that they promote.
Right.
You know what I mean? Same thing with like if they see like black couples are like the main thing that's getting a lot of the focus and the attention, that's what they're gonna promote.
Right, like this whole pro-black movement, I've definitely seen like an increase in like black male, black female, like roles opening up. But prior to this, I was always opposite white women, like always opposite white girls, or always the token.
Wow, yeah,
you know, and then if I wasn't the token, I was a gang member.
Yeah.
It was never something where they could have me and another black girl just doing a regular ad or a regular show. It's have you experienced that?
I want to say most of the work that I've been doing lately, my co-partner has been a black woman.
Okay.
So that's been cool.
That's great.
That's been cool.
Yeah.
But before then, man, it was like I was always getting like a straight up white woman or a mixed girl.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, or something like that. Just something to kind of like ease the balance, I guess you could say.
Right. They don't want to make it seem like it's only for black people. So they.
Two on it. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly how it goes.
I think what's also weird is I think a lot of their intentions are so like they know what they're doing when they cast people. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Do you feel like there's any kind of is there a role that you like maybe wouldn't take, or is there some kind of job that maybe based on what you think people would do you as you wouldn't do? Are you picky like that?
Yeah, when it comes to certain things, I definitely have a strong moral compass.
Yeah.
You know, so some things I feel like, you know, I mean, for one, like black men, we kind of get painted in a bad light already. You know, so like a lot of things that would promote or bring a lot more attention to that, I probably would be like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Regardless of the paycheck, whatever it is, man, it's like, okay, I still got some integrity behind me. You know, what I want people to see, because it's more to us than that. You know, so yeah, definitely.
And that's the thing, when you have a lot of the studios owned by like people who aren't black, they don't really see the problem the way we see it.
There we go.
So the most, I guess, groundbreaking roles that you're going to see, or at least I've seen as a black person, come from other black productions. And that's why I'm glad, you know, I see people like Issa Rae. I see even Jamel Hill has her own production company now. I see all this stuff popping up. So, I mean, it gives me some hope for the future. It's just so hard to start out with that integrity.
Of course.
Because if you just deny all these roles and just, you know, wait for one that portrays us in a little better light, you could be missing out on so much.
Of course.
So
man.
It's a decision that, like, you know, we shouldn't have to make.
We shouldn't.
But
it's just like, it's just cards we dealt, man.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's gotten better over the years though.
It has.
I say.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, man, because there was a point where, bro, like we couldn't even have braids.
Yes. Yeah. I remember when I first started, like, my mother agency was saying, because my hair was so curly, she was like, you got to grow it out. Like, you got to keep growing out, and don't braid it, don't fade it. Because they want you to look as ambiguous as possible if you're like that. And then if you are like, have a darker skin tone, they said you got to get a fade, you got to get a close cut, maybe a high top. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you couldn't even have waves, bro.
No waves?
Couldn't have waves, man.
Oh.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Nothing that was a strong representation of what a black man kind of is.
Yes. Yeah.
You gotta kind of get away from that.
That's so crazy.
Crazy, yeah, for sure. And if you notice, man, a lot of times too, because when I first got into modeling, man, I was just doing like a lot of studying. Because I'm like, man, I can't just step into this industry and I don't know what's going on or what I'm going to be surrounded by. So I was looking at a lot of the campaigns and everything. And if you notice, a lot of the black women, they cut their hair short. When it comes to promoting certain brands, but I've never seen like a white woman have their hair like really that short. Like
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Only if it's like they're going through something.
Yeah.
That's the only time to see it.
I don't even think about these things myself, obviously, but like it's interesting to hear about like what not only the people hiring you, but the people connecting you with those jobs. Yeah. They have certain expectations too.
They do.
Right, because they got to get paid too.
They got right.
Of course.
I don't even think about, like I'm saying, I wouldn't think that like the certain haircut you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely plays a part, man. Like, I mean, there's some brands that are kind of cool about it, but then you have some that are like they're so like keen on having like a certain image. They're not gonna bend or break. And fortunately, I've been blessed enough to have a lot of opportunities where my physical has been kind of like okay, it's been cool, it's been good enough, or it's been appropriate to promote whatever the brand is. So I've been pretty blessed in that department. I want to say it's probably like a handful of projects that I didn't get because of color of my skin. Probably like a handful, yes. I've been pretty lucky. Yeah.
But I did actually see you on TV recently. I saw you for the Detroit Tigers.
Oh yeah,
promotion. Yeah. That was hype because I don't watch baseball that much. But the one time I tuned in, I was like, oh wait, that's my man's. Yeah.
What's up, bro? You know what's funny about that? So people been kind of like being weird, not weird, but they just being like curious. Like they'll see me out and they'll be like, "Oh, is that dude?"
Yeah.
And a couple have actually approached me.
Really?
A couple people have, and then I was like, I'm gonna fuck with it.
right.
I was just gonna mess with them a little bit. So,
right.
They'll be like, "Hey, were you in the commercial?"
Yeah.
What commercial?
Like, you think I look like someone?
Yeah, who's this guy? So, like, you sure? I'm like, bro, like, who you talking about?
Right.
I'm just like, brain doesn't. Right. So, one guy actually pulled it up.
Oh yeah.
He went on his Twitter. He was like, "I'm about to show you, man." So he got on his Twitter. He pulled it up. I'm like, got me, bro.
That's hype though. That you got recognized.
Yeah,
Even coming from that, like, you're not who I say you are. No way you know yourself more than I know you.
No way.
Yeah, that's a pretty bold thing to do. It's like, no, you are this guy. Wait.
Yeah, like I'm not crazy. You crazy, right? But it's been dope, man. And it's funny too because I think right now I got like 3 commercials going.
Oh, in rotation?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
It's a blessing, man. So I'm definitely thankful. But I think the craziest part has been like just the support that I get from like my mom.
Yeah.
My parents in general, you know what I mean? But my mom, man, she's like the backbone.
That's straight. That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? She goes really hard with it. Like if she don't see my commercial, like I'll tell her about a job I have. And then I'll tell her what it is and everything. And if she doesn't see the commercial, she has like an attitude.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's what they do. Your mom's like your biggest supporter.
Number one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like she hasn't seen the Tigers commercial on TV, but she's seen it like from other people and everything.
Oh yeah.
So she's like, I'm in my field because I haven't seen it on TV yet. Like I need to record it.
You got to give her the link too, because she wants to send it to everyone.
Bro, you don't even know the half. She goes hard, so I definitely that's my queen right there.
That's what's up, man. That's great.
Yeah.
So one last thing about this, you have so much success. You've been doing it for a while. Is there something that you dream of doing? Is there like a certain role or part or gig that to you would be the ultimate, maybe not goal, but just achievement?
Ultimate goal achievement. You know what? I've been I would love to be a part of something where it's like we were that kind of shows us different in history, not different, but kind of just shows the truth of what we were before, like like slavery.
Exactly.
Like kings and queens. Back in the days, there's something just focusing on that to give people a broader spectrum of like where we really come from and where we are.
So much media with black people, so it's focused around American slavery, chattel slavery.
Yeah,
it's just intense, man. It takes a toll on your mental health.
It really is. You know what's crazy? Like when growing up in school, bro, like I could never really watch the movies.
Yeah.
I never knew what it was, but I just knew something just didn't feel right about watching it and digesting it.
Yeah, it is traumatizing.
Yeah.
I mean, because that is not only, but the main representation you see of yourself
Of course.
in the media.
Of course.
For a kid who's trying to build their self-esteem, that can be detrimental.
Yeah.
Even if it is history and historically accurate somewhat, you need to balance it out with positive
I
imagery.
agree. I definitely agree, man. I mean, other cultures have it.
Yeah.
You know, like I've been watching Spartacus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like it came out like years ago, but I kind of fell off on it, so I just started watching it now, and it shows when you had Romans, they was like ruling everything, and they show they were actually had control over white people.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. Some of them they were like forced to fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forced to fight like that. Yeah, it was
Gladiators.
entertainment.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how boxing is today.
That's true.
It's kind of like how it was back in the day.
Just sport, right?
It's just a sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but at the same time, they have that history, but they also have the history to where it's like they were actual kings and queens, and everything was glamorous.
Yeah.
So it's like a balance.
I think one thing that I don't think there's a lack of like Jewish representation in media, but like growing up, tons of Holocaust stuff.
Yeah.
Where you get it young and you get a lot of it.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I mean, I think what you're kind of talking about is like Curb Your Enthusiasm or like Seinfeld, where there's kind of just like Jews being themselves,
Just hanging out.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where they're Jewish, but the focal point isn't tragedy.
Right. It's not.
it's not
traumatizing, literally.
Right.
Of course. Yeah. So they have that balance, and I think that's just something that we definitely deserve. And should have,
But see, I find the remedy to that for me personally has always been music. Because TVs and movie, it's so much trauma based and obsessed with trauma. I feel like music, especially, for me personally, hip hop, rap, has kind of given me that balance where I'm able to consume like the more traumatizing media, but then still have that uplifting message.
Gotcha.
Have you felt the same way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Especially with like the conscious rappers that we have.
Yes.
Like the J. Cole's and the Kendricks.
You got like a top 10 list or something? You don't have to name them all.
Ooh, top 10.
I mean, or just 5 or 3, but who are your favorite MCs?
Favorite MCs of all time. That's easy. So number one, of course, for me is gonna be Pop.
Okay.
Gotta be Pop.
Yeah.
The number 2, I'm gonna have Nas.
Oh.
Yeah.
He just had an album out, King's Disease.
My boy sent it to me last night. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's better than the Kanye one.
It is?
This one was produced. You know who Hit Boy is, the producer?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all produced by Hit Boy.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So the beats complement Nas.
Nice.
Very well.
That's good, man. Because he has a really, he has his own individual style, man. He can't duplicate Nas.
No, you can't.
He's
to me, he's a top 10 MC. I've always preferred Jay-Z, but he gives you more of a worldly perspective, I think.
Of course. He's never been really commercial.
No. He's the most commercial thing I can think he's ever done was, acting. Was that in Belly?
Yep.
Yeah. That's about it though, but his music has always been pretty conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since what, Illmatic and everything, man, really.
I think even too, his whole company, like Mass Appeal is his deal. And I think he focuses more on people who aren't necessarily super mainstream. I think Jay-Z's Rockefeller has done more.
Jay-Z wants world domination.
Right. They do like all the top guys,
Like no shade, but he's an enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nas is more so he just wants to get the truth out there, whatever he thinks the truth is. But I like that. Pac, Nas, and
Pac, Nas. Then we got I want to say Rakim.
Oh, okay, so you're throwing it back.
Yeah, Rakim. And then I think the last two I'm gonna have will be T.I. and Jeezy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you're a big Jeezy fan.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Gibbs? We're big Freddie Gibbs guys over here. There's some beef between them, but
a little bit.
No comment.
It's cool. I like Jeezy too. I love Jeezy too. Thug Motivation, 101, 103.
Yeah, he signed Doughboy's Cash Out.
Yeah.
I think he knows what he's doing in Detroit.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, Black Mafia connections to Detroit. He's always here. He's the man. So I gotta shout out Jeezy.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think for me, Jeezy was my introduction to. I'm not gonna say not lyrical, but more so like hood-oriented rap. So I gotta always be grateful for him.
Yeah.
Grateful for that.
Yeah, definitely, man. He low-key kind of like made that lane.
He did.
Yeah.
He doesn't get enough credit for it because he's still so relevant.
Yeah.
But he carved that, trap or die mentality out. And like whether you agree with it or not, I mean it's a staple in the music. I personally love it. So shout out to Jeezy.
For sure, man.
But do you listen to them recently still? Like do you still listen to them in your rotation, or is there new artists you
I haven't
got?
listened to him lately.
Okay.
The main artists have been in my rotation lately as far as rappers. It's been Roddy Rich,
Yeah.
The Baby, and who else? I think that's really it, man.
Yeah.
And what they put on the radio and everything. Yeah. Oh, Young Thug.
Young Thug.
Lately.
Yeah, he's killing it. We were just talking about Thug earlier. We were saying that he put on some of the best artists out right now, like Gunna, Lil Baby, Lil Key. He doesn't get enough credit for that.
Nah, he doesn't. And you kind of see little bits of Thug in those artists too.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bleed through easily. I mean, you were a big Thug guy back when we were in high school.
I mean, he was so like, I think part of even going back to Jeezy, but like, I think they kind of approached street stuff with like more humor almost. I think one thing that drove me to Young Thug was he was very funny. I think he was just like a ridiculous kind of funny guy.
I didn't take him serious back in the day. Like he was just like funny to me.
Yeah, and then you kind of, I mean, even I'm not saying I listen to it as a joke or anything.
Yeah.
But you hear it so many times, it's just you still listen to it, but the humor and like the absurdity kind of normalizes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
they can make street music that's not heavy.
Right.
Which you got to give them credit for, because so much of the music can be heavy just because it's a representation of life. I mean, life is heavy. But when you can balance, that levity, that fun with the real, then you go down to history. That's why I think Young Thug deserves, credit.
Yeah, he does. So do you think, like, when he was beefing with Wayne back in the day, man, do you think there was like a knock against him, or do you think that really kind of propelled his career?
I think that propelled his career.
Same.
I think that was worth it. Wayne, I think Wayne is top 10.
Of course.
I think when we talk about Jeezy cementing the trap or die mentality, I think we need to thank Wayne for updating the rapper image in general, for making it cool to be not anti-conscious, but unapologetically street, while still maintaining that high skill level.
Yeah.
Because Wayne's skill level is above Jeezy's, let's be honest.
He said I'm the best rapper alive, and he backed it up.
He backed it up.
Always.
Yeah.
You gotta get that to him. You gotta get that to him.
And the steroid, I don't know what steroids he was on, but he was going from wobbly wobble to Carter 1, Carter 2. That was the most. I haven't seen a rapper upgrade like that or become that much better.
Me neither.
In my lifetime. I mean, I'm only 22, but looking in the history books, listening to the music, that is the biggest improvement I've seen in hip hop. So the fact that Young Thug could position himself as equal to that man, I mean that's a great look for his career.
Yeah, for sure. So do you think he kind of like put Wayne away for a couple years?
I think Wayne did that to himself.
I was gonna say.
I always wondered that.
Lil Wayne's a very odd guy, I think.
Yeah.
And he definitely. I remember an interview a few years ago where he said he literally has not listened to any rap music in since 2008 or something.
Wow.
He's a very peculiar kind of person.
I can believe it though.
Right, yeah. I mean he's earned it for sure.
And his thing with the lean. That really took a hit on his career. He was so addicted to lean, and he had the seizure scares around that time.
He had some health problems for sure.
Yeah, but we got to give Wayne credit for giving us Drake though.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you don't think Drake is a legitimate MC, the fact that he brought one of the world's biggest artists directly to us.
Yeah.
I mean
that's crazy.
That's talks for greatest, hip hop person in hip hop of all time.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, Dre, Wayne.
Yeah, that's real, man. And Drake he's arguably the biggest artist right now.
Probably.
It has been for the past 5 years, I want to say.
Oh man, I would say since 2012, personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm biased because I was such a big Drake fan in high school.
Yeah. I think my favorite album from Drake is probably gonna be Take Care.
Yeah.
That's my favorite album from Drake. The ones after that, they're cool, but I think Take Care it just hit different.
It was something, it was different.
He got his stride.
Yeah.
Yeah, his sound was cemented. We got to give credit to 40 for that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 40 is the guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy, man. He need to be in the Hall of Fame or everything.
He created a new sound.
He did.
He created that Toronto ambient, moody song or sound that we can, give The Weeknd credit for propelling, so many other artists for propelling, and now it's as big of a genre as any other subgenre in hip hop.
Yeah, it is, man.
There's nothing harder than creating something new.
Nah, it's definitely not. It's definitely not. And I think Drake, man, he's just like the perfect artist.
Oh yeah.
As far as he could do the hard shit.
Yep.
Right. He could come. He could do something for the ladies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. And then I think he's intellectual enough to articulate himself well enough.
Oh yeah.
To make those things mesh so well together.
Yep, without it seeming forced.
Yeah.
He's a naturally cool guy.
Yeah.
What did you think of Laugh Now, Cry Later?
I like it.
You like it?
I do.
Are you a Dirk fan?
A little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm still getting a little acclimated with Dirk.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But because I listen to Gunna more.
Okay, I feel you. Have you heard this song together? Gucci Gucci? Okay, I gotta put you on, man. On the playlist, we got this album called Just Cause Y'all Waited Too by Lil Durk. In my personal opinion, this is just my opinion, it's the best album of 2020.
What?
Yeah.
You agree with that, Matt?
I don't really. David views things more. He views things more competitively. I'd say he ranks things way more than I
Definitely.
do.
Okay.
I'm kind of more. I like it. I like it a lot, and I kind of just say I like it a lot. You know.
Okay.
I don't see another album competing with it, especially in the mainstream. You can say Griselda on a lyrical level, but
We talk about that so goddamn.
but yeah, Lil Durk's album, to me, it's the most entertaining.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that. Check it out. But do you listen to any of the music coming out of Chicago?
No, I don't think I have as of late. Nope.
Yeah, it's so much though. It's hard to keep up.
It is, man. It's in like almost every week, bro. It's something new dropping.
Every single week, man. Like
Yeah.
we're just talking about Chief Keef. He drops a new mixtape album, something like every month.
Man.
Yeah, he's crazy. But everyone out of Chicago, man, I gotta respect the grind, respect the hustle.
That's real, man.
But you did tell me you wanted to talk about a song that we brought up earlier on the
Yeah.
on the show, on the WAP, whatever you want to call it, wet ass pussy, whatever you want to call it, man. You say you wanted to say a few things about it.
Yeah, man, that was definitely a creative song. That was definitely a creative song. You know what's so crazy about it though, man, is so I think anybody could have did the song, but I think when you have two women of that caliber doing a song like that, I think the one thing that was exciting was just like the wordplay.
Yeah.
I think the wordplay was everything, man. It was crazy, bro. I'm really curious to see how Nicki would have bodied it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about Nicki on that track. Yeah.
Because when she did Anaconda, man, she went hard. So I
Yeah.
can imagine she just went crazy on it.
That whole Queen album, like people don't give Nicki credit just because of her antics sometimes.
Yeah.
She's a bigger personality.
Theatrical.
Yeah, she's very theatrical, but she can rap. She can rap her ass off. I just think the problem is sometimes she doesn't want to work with new female artists.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
I feel like.
yeah.
Of course, man. I would prefer for her to work with Megan versus Tekashi.
Oh, Tekashi.
Oh, that wasn't a good look,
It
man.
wasn't a good look at all.
No.
I didn't dig it.
Are you do you follow like code? Like, do you think Tekashi's a rat? You think he should be exiled from hip hop?
Of course.
Oh, I respect it. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I think it's only a matter of time, man. I think people are interested in the spectacle.
Yeah.
But as soon as he stops getting attention, man, he'll fall off. He'll get what's coming.
Yeah, man. I think it's. I mean, like I said, I got a moral compass, man, and
Yeah.
like you gotta think about like the people that you put away, man. Like they have families.
Yeah, they have lives.
Man, so it's not just like something that you do affects more than one person.
And I think with him, part of the appeal is he's so reckless. He has no moral compass whatsoever that it's so fascinating. But that's not a good recipe for longevity.
Nah, I doubt it.
He has no real fans.
Nah.
No.
He just has people interested.
Instagram likes.
Yeah,
I
man.
think one thing that he does, I think he kind of, with all his Instagram antics, all his colorful hair, all that stuff, he kind of
It's a trend.
crossed over, I'm not trying to compliment him, but he crossed over to like young kids in suburbs
Yeah.
who just want to watch him do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, what he's put people's lives are actually affected by the stuff he says,
Yeah, of course.
and it's the weird disconnect between like his world that has fans with,
Yeah.
and then the people he's affecting.
And how loyal are those fans too?
Right.
You know what I'm
They want to
saying?
see some guy on Instagram. They don't want to see him
Yeah,
necessarily.
of course. So yeah, it's definitely for me. I would definitely prefer Nicki to do a feature because she's pregnant now, right? You said?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm probably she's gonna be like tucked away for a while. So I
Right.
would prefer her last feature to be with like somebody like Meg.
I know it wasn't really a good note to go out on, but I mean, who knows how much money he probably had to pay a ton of money to get anyone to even be in the same room as him.
Yeah, man. These guys work cut out for him for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. But you know what I saw? I saw some on Instagram the other day, man, and I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
So it was about WAP. So it was like skinny girls got WAP, but the BB Does got that WAP Babaloo Bop. I was in tears, bro.
That's classic. I'm sorry. That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Like people got too much time on their hands, man.
It's a funny song too. I mean, that's just kind of what You know, that's what, and you're talking. WAP is a sick acronym for wet ass pussy.
Of course.
I'm gonna laugh. Like we talked about that earlier.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's hard not to laugh. I mean, like, I appreciate the work that was put into the song, but it's a funny concept.
It's a hell of a funny song, bro. And you're like the wordplay was just everything, man. It was even with the what Cardi said, "We'll park the Big Mac truck in
the garage,
and then took the thing in the back of my throat." It was just like,
oh yeah.
It was just crazy, man. But so who do y'all think? Who you think bodied it more? Was it Megan or was it Cardi?
I mean,
it's Megan to me, no doubt, no doubt.
She's very talented.
Yeah,
she's a very good rapper.
I think Megan is a better MC, definitely. But I think Cardi B did the most for pro-ho culture than any other artist.
Probably.
Like, she made it normalized for girls to talk the same way men talk without backing down from it and without seeming needy or like she's doing it for attention. It's genuinely her.
Yeah, that's who she is.
And I got to give her credit for that because she has made it okay for us to have these songs like WAP played on the radio, be number one.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if she's not the technically best MC, her cultural impact is undeniable.
It is, man. Cardi goes hard because she's been the same since she was on a reality show, right?
Yeah, Max was saying that. Yeah,
she's been the same person, man.
Same person.
I haven't seen her like alter her image or anything. She's been her. So you gotta respect it for sure. Even if you don't listen to her music,
right?
You gotta respect it for just being just unapologetically her.
Do you think the song sends a negative message in any way?
No.
Okay, I appreciate it. I want to know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a negative way, but you know what? No.
That's just up. Because I see so many people saying, and there's always going to be people detracting, but there's some people saying that it's too much or... Yeah, that's what I mean. We have hip hop.
Too much, man. I think if anything, the only thing I will say that if women are claiming to have WAP, then they gotta really back it up.
Just back it up, man.
That's all I'm saying.
Like if a guy was talking shit, about his shit, his dick, you gotta back it up. You can't just talk crazy.
Big title with great power comes great responsibility.
Hey, for real, man. They're gonna come after you if it ain't what it is.
Right. Oh yeah, they'll let you know.
I was gonna say this.
They'll let you know.
This is maybe not that serious conversation. But my girlfriend said, I can't say wet ass pussy because it's different when a girl says it than when a boy.
Oh, are they claiming that or something? What?
That's what she said. I don't know if that's like. Do you think that's like a?
I think she's trolling
acceptable? You think she's trolling me?
I had you know what? It's actually not too crazy. I had a girlfriend that would never say it. She would never say pussy.
Really?
No,
okay.
She was just like, ugh.
She wouldn't say herself.
She wouldn't say
it's not something for like girls to say.
It wasn't part of her vocabulary. Yeah. I don't know what it was though. But
I don't think it's like offensive. But
I don't think so either. But I mean,
it's the name of the song. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it was. I don't think it was ever used to oppress them.
Nah.
So that's why I think it's okay. But who am I?
Yeah.
I guess if she feels that way, that's your girl. If she feels that way, yes, you can't say it.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's real.
I was just like, I can say that. Come on now.
It's kind of stuck. Yeah. I feel it, man. I feel it.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. But my man Max here has actually been in a relationship for like a decade at this point,
years.
man. It's a crazy
7 years.
God damn.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? He actually met his girl when we were like 14, man.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So y'all like high school sweethearts and the whole nine.
Yep.
See, that's that Corey and Topanga type of love.
Mm-hmm. Right, the TV show stuff.
Yeah. That's dope, man. Well, congratulations, bro. I got to shake your hand.
You're a little more mature. You're a little older than us. You got any advice?
Oh yeah.
From my man right here, or both of us.
I'm single, man, so I probably don't got the best advice, but I mean, I will say, man, you know when you got a good one though. You definitely know when you got a good one.
You had good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just happened prematurely for me though, man. I wasn't mentally ready.
That's the worst.
It's the worst, man.
That's the worst.
Oh, you realize, like, man, I fucked up.
Yep.
And but yeah, though, man. I mean, and dating these days is hard, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's hard, man. I mean, I'm so tired of asking women, "What's your favorite color?"
Right. What's your sign? Yeah. Right. Just break the ice. Go for it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about WAP? Do you have it?
Can I say it? You get an argument, and then
Yeah, man.
that's a good way to start things off.
Absolutely, man.
But that's an interesting point you brought up about happening too early, because as men, especially for me personally, just coming out of college, it's very hard to take.
Too, by the way, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. It's just so hard to take it seriously when you're surrounded by so much. I mean, you can call it nonsense, but so many distractions.
A lot.
And I think as men sometimes too, at least I feel this way. I get scared about the future. I get scared about the possibility of being trapped into something and then not wanting that in the future.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Thing, man. Especially when you're like an optimistic type of person.
Yeah.
You have so many things you want to accomplish. It's definitely scary.
Right. Like if you're a guy with goals that aren't necessarily traditional, like, you know, we're talking about acting, modeling.
Yeah.
Like that's not a path everyone takes and everyone can take.
Of course.
And so balancing that with the relationship, I think it's much harder than having like, you know, a more regular job.
Yeah, man, for sure. Because there's no pattern. There's no actual routine.
Right.
You know, man. So something gets switched up. Like I can get called for a job tomorrow, and I'm supposed to kick it with my girl for the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta go. Like,
Does that cause problems before something like that?
Of course.
Damn.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Because a lot of people, they say they're understanding, but they're really not until they actually are in the situation.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so yeah.
People will say anything to get what they want.
They will. They really will. Man. Just to get them that position that they want, and then when they realize it ain't all it's cracked up to be.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It causes conflicts.
Everyone thinks they can change you.
I hate that.
It's the worst, isn't it?
Like, don't you hate that? Like, have you ever dealt with that with your girl?
We're kind of on the same page. It's hard for me to relate to a lot of like dating talk. I mean, being friends with Xavier for so long, I've kind of like rode along with him on his stories or whatever. But
yeah,
you know,
I can imagine.
I'm more, you know, settled into things, which is I'm not complaining at all, but it's just like I'm so disconnected from dating in that world.
Yeah,
I kind of just laugh at what happens to him. Yeah, 7 years, and especially through that kind of period where you're kind of maturing at that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not, I'm not complaining, but
that's what's up, man. So,
I like listening to other people complain about it more.
You kind of live through them a little bit.
Yeah,
I feel it, man. Yeah, it's tough, man. Dating is it's a whole different world, man. Especially these days, because you got like a lot of things are kind of like online now too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially since COVID happened, bro. Like everything is online.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. It's scary.
It is scary. It's bad too because you have an image online and it's totally separate from your real life persona.
100%.
And sometimes that can cause conflict with people you're in a relationship with. I know for me, when I started the podcast, I was I looked at the numbers and a lot of the listeners were girls. So I had to balance this persona of, you know, like being a public figure without being disrespectful to the girl I was dating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's true. Like if you do post and you just post your girl or your significant other all day, people are going to be less interested as a public figure.
Doesn't that suck though, man? Like,
I know.
Trash,
I haven't posted on Instagram
it is
in
trash.
6 years. So.
But it's true. Like even as men, like sometimes we see a girl post her man.
Oh yeah.
We're like, okay, well,
you know,
I'm gonna ignore this.
Actually, when my girlfriend posts, a lot more likes when I'm not on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yo, check this out. So one of my last posts, right, was of me and my good friend.
Yeah.
So and I rarely post women on my page unless like I'm working with them at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely post women in my personal life, but she's a good friend of mine. She had a birthday, so we took a picture and I posted it.
Yeah.
It got like 100 something like.
Yeah.
The other ones they're doing like 200. 300.
Yep. Exactly.
It's weird to quantify it.
I know. Like I feel like as humans we shouldn't be able to like quantify those numbers.
Crazy, bro. It's so crazy, man. But
and then they feel some type of way. They're looking at you like, oh, so you got nothing but hoes on your page? Like, how come this ain't getting any love?
Crazy. It's crazy, man. And then like with my image too, man. Like if you pay attention to my page, bro, like I rarely post anything that's like personal. Yeah. It's kind of like straightly with my career and what I'm doing, you know. So when I post people that's kind of like outside of that, it's kind of like open eyes and people trying to see what it is and what it ain't. So.
Yeah. People feel in a hole. People have told me so many things just based off my social media. I remember when I was first starting out in college, I had no pictures of girls even on my feed, but someone was like, it looks like you don't even like black girls from your Instagram. I know. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. So have you ever got the you look like you only date white women?
Yeah, and that's funny because I haven't really ever dated like a white woman, you know, but I mean, because, you know, maybe because of the way you talk, way you present yourself, they think that has a lot to do with it. But I hate that social media can give people that impression before they meet you.
Of course, and it really does give them that impression, man. Like I've gotten that thing like the only day white. I got it like quite a bit of times, but it's always seemed to come from like the same type of female.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's crazy. Like I dated a white girl before.
Yeah.
And I date outside my race. Like, I'm cool with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I literally love black women.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, because sometimes you just relate more. Like, you can just you talk about way more things.
Of course.
I mean, I went to Michigan State, so obviously there's more than just black women around me. But out of all the people I've met, even if I've had a relationship with or just been friends with, my closest friends are black and mostly black girls.
Yeah,
so
of course.
I mean, that's a bond that you can't replicate.
Yeah, and it's just like an automatic understanding.
Yeah.
Nothing you have to kind of like break down and
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely a comfortable ground to be on just automatically.
Right. But it is so hard with a lot of these topics now because it's so political. Because you're talking about dating outside your race too. I think people see you do that like one time.
They brand you with it.
And then that's your brand. That's it for life.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if it has to do with like insecurity or if it has to do with what we constantly see in media, social media, and TV.
Yeah.
But I think that there's too much pressure around the idea of interracial dating.
It is, man.
It's
too much that should be there, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's too serious.
Way too serious, man. And people really take offense to it.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with them.
I know. It's sad because, I mean, we live in, like, a country where everyone looks different. We live in an era where you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, like, why not branch out and do separate things? That goes for, women, men, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, I say this on the show all the time. If someone's cool, they're cool. It doesn't matter about their race, If someone's down for the cause, they're down for the cause.
Yeah, that's real. And I mean, and no matter what race someone is, man, you can always learn something new from somebody.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the beautiful things about dating outside your race.
Yeah.
Is that you're able to see something from a different perspective.
You're exposed to different cultures and stuff. And it's just crazy because, I went to a predominantly white school.
Oh, okay.
So for me, it was always like
high school,
predominantly white high school. So it was always like a sneaky thing with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I never put myself in that position that much, but like the few times I did, it was such a big deal. And I didn't get it.
Yeah.
It's like,
I remember I think I know one thing you're talking about.
Yeah, like there were times where I couldn't meet people's parents. There were times when like I couldn't do this or that. And
oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, you saying? And then it's just like, what am I doing all this for?
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. It's too much work, man. It's too much work. I think everyone needs to just take this less seriously. Life's too short.
It is, man. Just live, have fun, and connect with people that are good.
Yeah, especially if they got good music taste.
Yeah, definitely.
That's number one. All right.
Yeah, and so I'm sure like you big on hip hop, right?
I love it.
Number one genre.
Yes, number one.
What about you?
Probably, yeah.
Hip hop. See, mine's is R&B.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
I'm glad because he's not an R&B guy, but I'm an R&B guy. Not at all.
Well, hold on.
Frank Ocean. That's it.
No, I mean that's not even true.
Okay.
Not true.
All right, let's hear it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily view it as part of like because with hip hop there's so much a culture part of it.
Yeah.
There's a way people talk about it. There's a way people even listen about it. But R&B, I like it and I listen to it. So it's not necessarily like I know the inner workings of people and artists who are like friends with each other, all that kind of stuff.
There's not a lot of mythology around R&B. Hip hop has a lot of like mythology around it. Like these groups are cool with this group, this subgenre, this one.
Yeah.
R&B is more of I mean, you can divide it like neo soul and like trap R&B, but it's not as diverse and mythological as hip hop.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's definitely like Static Major and Playa.
Yeah.
I love that's really good.
Yeah.
But then I don't. Yeah.
And he was boys with like Devontae Swing, Jodeci.
Yeah.
So like,
something Jodeci I like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this right now. The first 4 songs on Diary of a Mad Band, that's like the greatest run of any album I've ever heard. It starts like with What About Us, then Fiendin', Cry for You. But like
speak it, man. I'm telling you.
Devontae Swing, I think he's one of the greatest R&B producers ever. He doesn't get enough credit for it.
He doesn't.
Nah.
Man. I think when you talk about R&B producers, you really hear about Babyface.
Yep.
Who else?
You hear some Timbaland sometimes. R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, yeah. R. Kelly.
Quincy, kinda. Quincy's more pop.
I only know like the older ones in terms of like producers.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Joycey was that group, man. And what's so cool about them was, bro, they wasn't just like an R&B group.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about like singing to the ladies and everything. They were like thug.
Right, right. They made it hard. Like they brought that hip hop aspect to it.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Soft stuff, but you're gonna get this rough side.
Yeah.
I think that was cool, man. I think that's why they stood out as much as they did.
So you gave us like your top MC list. So there's some R&B acts that you have a list for, top list.
Yeah. R&B is tough though, man. Number one, it's probably the greatest artist of all time. Of course, for me, it's gonna be Michael Jackson.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, after him though, man, Usher's dope. My favorite group, aside from George, is gonna be Drew Hill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Whitney Houston, Monica. Tamar Braxton, I love her voice.
Oh wow.
I love Tamar's voice. And I think currently my favorite male artist R&B is probably gonna be Tank.
Oh wow, Tank. I actually got to see him. Got to meet him at my last job.
Oh good.
I've never seen fans go that crazy for an artist in my entire life.
What?
He started singing and like dancing on the microphone. These ladies were going crazy, man.
A little crazy for the guy.
He's got a control over his audience. I gotta respect.
Yeah.
But I think you mentioned some artists who I think are underrated in the R&B sphere, like Usher.
Yeah.
I think people see Usher as sort of a strictly pop artist.
They do, and I don't know why.
I don't get it. He has hits.
Yeah.
He has R&B hits.
For days, man. I
That's-
was listening to Nice and Slow this morning.
Yeah.
I gotta put this on repeat.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's one of the greatest R&B artists of all time.
Man,
Actually,
top five for sure.
I actually saw him live. That's crazy. I forgot. I was like really young too. That was weird. But had some of the best looking people, best looking girls at a show I've been to.
She's the go, bro. You know, in the Confessions 2 is coming out soon.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh
Confessions
man.
2, yeah.
Too.
Wow.
Confessions 2 album, man. So I can't wait for that, man. But
You got any like current R&B artists you liking, feeling?
who I've been listening to lately, R&B wise? Black.
Oh yeah.
I've been listening to Black. Sammy. Who else I've been listening to? Summer Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I've been listening to like a lot of Neo's old stuff lately.
Right. Neo's the man. He is actually a pretty good writer too.
Yeah, he is. He's an amazing writer.
He wrote Irreplaceable for Beyonce.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
Insane. You can hear a demo of him singing it too, and it's
Yeah, I heard it.
yeah, you heard it. Yeah,
It's
man.
crazy, man. Yeah, the guy he's super underrated right now, I think, bro.
He is.
And when he came out, man, I think he was really popping. And then I don't know what happened, bro, but like
The culture like took a shift.
man,
Like people wanted more hard music. I feel like the softer R&B kind of took a backseat for a while.
Bro. It did, man. And I was just, bro, Neo, he was, what I like about him too, man, is that he has his own sound. Like, if you listen to Irreplaceable, you can tell he wrote it.
Yep.
You know, if you listen to Let Me Love You by Mario, you can tell that he wrote it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I think with artists like that, like Tank, for example, bro. Like,
Yeah.
You know, Oba Marion,
Yes.
Tank wrote that.
Okay. See, now this is all making sense.
you know what
This is
I'm
all
saying?
making
So I think
sense.
when artists are able to write and you could tell by like the wordplay, like who wrote it, I think that's just a talent and a gift, bro.
That's true.
It is. When you can speak through your pen, have another artist sing it,
Yeah.
speak through your pen. That's like the ultimate, talent right there.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's real, man. Dream is another good songwriter.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think
Oh yeah.
Dream.
Yeah.
D'Angelo, I like a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
That counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know like the mythology, all this stuff. I don't know these
Mhm.
stories like you guys do.
Yeah.
But I just like it,
Yeah, I grew up around it, man. Like my mom, man, she had
Yep.
to listen to like Commodores and
Yep.
all those old guys, like Temptations when I was like young, bro. Like she didn't really let me listen to rap.
Oh, okay.
For her, she thought if I listened to it, I was gonna probably like adopt some of the stuff they were saying.
Yeah.
All the like. I remember one time I came outside and my pants were like sagging.
Oh man.
Safe to say, bro, I've never sagged again in my life after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was just, and I think with her, man, she just wanted to make sure I grew up not having the wrong influence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she was trying to protect me in a way. But as I got older, man, I had my own mind, man. I just branched out, started listening to rap and everything. And, I didn't really let it influence me in a bad way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all. I mean.
Never been like, my parents never told me I could or couldn't listen to stuff, but I get like, I get what where your mom's coming from for sure.
Yeah. Sure.
It can definitely have an impact on you. My dad, biggest hip hop head ever.
Oh yeah.
So it's the complete opposite for me. Like, he just told me not to swear in school. But like I would be like 7 years old going to school hearing like see murder, like fuck them other niggas, I'm around with my niggas, So it's normalized for me. So when I hear other people say this is so explicit, that's so explicit, I just don't get it.
You don't see it.
I don't see it. I mean, my whole life has been hip hop rap.
Yeah, man, it's what you was accustomed to.
Yeah.
You know, so I definitely feel you on that, man. It's crazy. It's definitely crazy how people upbringings can be so different.
Right.
And so third world to other people.
Right.
It's insane, man. Yeah.
I owe them a lot too, just because I had a very lenient upbringing. So
What's up, man? Yeah, most parents don't like that.
right.
Parents don't like that.
So I think that's why I haven't been like as bad as I could have been. Right. But you were telling me before the show, you brought up a very interesting topic I wanted to talk about. It was about as a man, like, you know, as we get older, there's like certain things we got to do, take care of ourselves that a lot of us neglect. Were you talking about from a more mental angle, like physical angle? Like, tell me more about that.
Yeah, I think just about every angle possible, bro. I think even spiritually too, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Are you spiritual?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not really religious. I'm more so spiritual.
Okay.
You know, I definitely believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
But yeah, physically, mentally, man, because mental health is a real thing. I think a lot of people don't really see how bad it can really get.
I think this quarantine has exposed it for a lot of people. Yeah. You've been maintaining, like, you've been all right?
I've been cool, man. I mean, I think the hardest thing for me, bro, was just, you know, I'm such a machine. Like, I'm so on the go
Yes.
all the time. So when COVID happened and everything was like at a stop, bro, I kind of like, yo, I'm not used to this.
Right.
You know, so I'm just trying to do as much as I can around the house. You know, I couldn't really go see my family because,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It was a lot. But
Right.
it was just the hardest adjustment for me was just like being at peace, being at still.
Yeah.
You know, not being able to really do anything. But other than that, though, man, it was okay.
Growing up, because you're, you know, a little more mature, a little older than us,
Yeah.
is there some piece of advice you would give someone in their early 20s about maintaining, like, especially, you know, young men?
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, listen, don't be afraid to take care of yourself. You know,
Yeah.
physically. Don't be afraid to, you know, go get you a facial here and there.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to, you know, go get your nails and everything clean.
I'm the worst, but I bite my nails to the stubs, man.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Man. You know, it happens sometimes, man. But yeah, I would just say definitely, man, don't be afraid to do that stuff because I want to say I got into self-care physically when I was about like 19, 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, a girlfriend I had at the time, she was like, yo, I want you to...
That's how it starts.
That's always how it starts, man. That's why women are the best.
Right.
You know, but yeah, just don't be afraid to take care of yourself, man. It's going to definitely help you out in the long run.
And I feel like we're just so accustomed to relying on the women in our life
Of course.
for so much of that. For everything, right? That we can get lazy.
You can. And you know what's crazy too, bro, is that I think it's low-key messed up, man, how we hold women at such a high standard
Oh, yeah.
to take care of themselves and be on top of the game.
Shave, smell great all the
Man,
time.
you gotta be a flower.
Yeah.
And then we can slack off.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy, man. So I think it needs to be a balance with that.
I do think that has a part of it has to do with for men especially, our goal has always been enterprise, money.
Oh yeah.
You know, because traditionally for us, it's like we were taught that the more money you have, the more things you have, the more they'll come to you. I think for a lot of men, they think because they'll never be the best looking, the best in shape, the best at this or that they shouldn't even try.
Yeah.
That's a hard mentality to break out of.
It is, man. And it's crazy that's even a choice.
Right?
I shouldn't even try.
No.
It's crazy. Because if you notice, like, I'm sure y'all have seen this, but you would see probably not the best looking dude,
Oh yeah.
but you'll see him with a baddie.
Oh yeah. We see that all the time.
Michigan State.
You see that every day in Michigan State.
Yeah.
And you can ask Max. It gets on my nerves a lot. I mean, I'm happy.
His best friends.
Right.
I'm not okay. Listen.
We ain't winning this time.
No. See, that's I sound like a hater. I sound like a straight hater, and I am a hater a little bit in this respect. But it just makes me mad sometimes when that standard is applied strictly to like white people. White, I feel like that's a very Eurocentric thing.
Yeah.
I feel like, in the black community, I can only speak for the black community really. We're stressed to always be wearing designer, something nice, looking fresh. You go to the party, you do this and that.
Yep.
For white dudes, they can show up in Nike shorts
And get a pass.
and get a pass and still walk out with the baddest chick.
Yeah.
And I think because I was caught between worlds at Michigan State, it was like the white world, black world. I was just caught between it. I was like, confused. It's like, why do I have to be the best dressed to get the girls at this party but not this party? And how come the white guys get a pass? I don't get a pass.
Crazy.
I just had to grow up.
I'll say this. I think a lot of it is Greek life culture, white Greek life culture.
Yeah.
At State versus because I'm not a big partier. I didn't go to parties all that much, but
Right.
my girlfriend was in a sorority, and knowing, like, being adjacent to that world, constantly making fun of guys who, they don't have to try at all.
Right.
They look like their fathers.
Yeah.
Right,
You
but
know,
they're still on top.
Growing a gut, you know.
In their world, yeah.
Yeah. I'm walking around a party with like an unbuttoned Hawaiian shirt. You know.
It's just a culture difference.
It is. It's like
man.
because I get Xavier's frustration. I don't get how this could possibly be almost acceptable even.
It's just a culture difference. Like in the black community, like even at a young age, you're like, you gotta be fresh. Like if your shirt isn't ironed, when you go to school, you're getting clowned.
Xavier made fun of me one time because I came to school one time and my jeans were in a ball on the floor.
They were so wrinkled. I had to clown him.
They were so wrinkled.
I mean, he's my man. I got to clown him. Because if it's not me, it's going to be someone else.
Yeah, I'd rather Xavier do it.
When they come from home, right?
Yeah.
Gotta come from home.
Yes, I had to.
Even if he comes in, he's like, you look like shit. What the hell is this? How do you even leave your house? Versus someone looking at me a wrong way. It's like more subtle, but I feel worse about it.
Yeah.
Right.
If he come and do it, then.
Right.
And a lot of cats won't do that, man. That's how you know you hear real dude.
Yeah.
Because they're so, bro.
You look like shit.
I didn't even say it like that. I just laughed at you.
I know.
And then the teacher laughed at you too.
Yeah.
But you did. But your pants are always crispy after that.
Yeah, I never once. I always hang
See?
them up perfectly now. Yeah.
See?
Got phobia now.
Thank you for making fun of me, Xavier.
Anytime.
Yeah, man. That's how I go, man. I know for sure, man. At an early age, man. Like my dad.
Yeah.
Like, I think I grew up having like every pair of Jordans, bro.
Oh.
Sick.
Yeah.
Oh, as a kid, that was my dream.
Yeah, man. It was
Wow.
crazy. But what's funny, bro? As I got older, bro, I cared less and less for him.
Complete opposite. You can see the shoes we're rocking right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wearing the championship 7s right now. I'm compensating.
Yeah, for real.
But you stopped caring, you said, as you got older.
Yeah, I just stopped caring, man. Like it wasn't a thing for me, bro, because it would be at a point where I would see guys that I didn't admire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They would be wearing J's. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
you know. So
That
it was
makes sense.
and then for me it was like, man, like, I got to spend that much money to look good.
Right?
Something's got to change.
That's what I'm saying. Like and I think for me, I started taking that energy, the frustration I had because I couldn't wear Jordans, I couldn't have the freshest stuff.
Yeah.
I started working out. I started taking care of myself, you know?
Advice.
That was advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, you know, you can harness that energy in a good way. But the same way Max was traumatized about the pants, part of me is still traumatized as a kid. So now I got to buy every Jordan and I got to buy all the good
like
stuff.
That. It be like that sometimes, man. And
Yeah.
I'm with you with the like working out.
Yes.
Like for sure, man, because I grew up being super skinny, bro.
Yep.
Super skinny, man. Like I for me, I felt I looked weird. Like I was skinny, big, you know what I'm saying? So it was like weird. So
And the girls will let you know too.
it was harshly, bro.
They'll let you know.
Harsh, like you cute, but you too skinny.
Right.
Like, dang, really? Take my confidence with you, but
Right.
But you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it definitely helped, man. And then I think another thing too, as you get older and you become more physically confident,
Yep.
you don't really care too much about what you have on to the extreme. So I think it's cool. And then like X was saying with the Jordans and everything, he could do it now. So for him, that's something that he's good with.
Right.
I think too is clothes. I've always admired people who can wear whatever but make it look cool. You don't have to wear the coolest stuff.
That's confidence.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Even style wise, if you go thrift shopping and get someone else's clothes, but you can look cool in it.
Yeah.
That's what's the coolest.
You know what's crazy? I learned being like in the whole modeling game, man. Like a lot of designers and stylists, bro, they be in the thrift shop like crazy,
Yep.
hooking it up, man.
Max was telling me like Virgil used to take you explained, what was it?
So Virgil Abloh, the off-white designer.
Yeah.
One thing that made him really popular a decade ago was printing that Pyrex vision on the back of flannels. I remember Kanye was wearing a bunch.
Oh, I remember
that.
I remember that. Yeah.
What he would do is go to thrift stores, find $5 flannels, $10 flannels, print the logo on the back, and sell them for like hundreds of dollars.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know, and it's insane because that's the confidence.
Yeah.
He's buying a $5 shirt, but he had the confidence in his vision and his brand to upcharge people, and then scammed them. You know, like, if we had that confidence in ourselves, that's kind of why I started this whole platform.
Yeah,
you know, like who knows what can happen with it.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. And then you're doing it because it's something that you enjoy doing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it for anybody else but you, and I think that's the beauty of it, man. And I think that's why it's gonna do really well. So
Thank you, man.
Big ups to y'all, man, for real.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely, man. Then y'all like me, y'all young guys too, man. So
Yeah.
Got time?
yeah, man, y'all got time, man. Like y'all gonna be legends by like 5 years from now.
Oh man,
heard
don't
it
tell me
here
that.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
That's real, man. Yeah, keep it up.
Thank you.
But back on the like little modeling fashion thing, really quick.
Yeah.
Do you think that since you stepped into this industry, you've become more like inclined with fashion or less inclined? Like, do you think the mystique is gone?
Oh, definitely more.
More.
Definitely more, yeah, for sure, man. Like, I think modeling actually it elevated my fashion because like I don't really care too much for brands now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like I don't really care too much for brands.
It's more
Like,
cut, how it fits.
Yeah, how it fit, and that's the whole thing. Like working out, like if you're good with how your body looks, man, you can make a T-shirt look like it costs like $100.
That's what I'm saying. You just wear a white T-shirt, you know, you can be the freshest dude in the club.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's crazy.
So yeah, and then being around like different stylists, man. Like I learned so much, bro. Like I learned so much, man, about how just to like even how your jeans fit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything, man. How to wear like little like watches and little accessories, bro, can make an outfit just pop.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man. So and then you save money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like stylists are, man. Yo, hang with a stylist for a day.
Yeah.
I
You would save.
don't know any stylists. I wish.
Right. I don't think we know any. Yeah, you cool with some?
I got some, yeah, man, for sure, man. I talk to some to this day still, man.
Yeah.
They are the best, man, because they know how to bargain. They know how to pick things that are actually worth having, and they know they know quality items versus quantity items. So they have a lot of knowledge, man. They don't get enough credit.
So, are you more inclined to modeling than acting?
I would say I'm more inclined to acting.
Okay.
You know, because I think it's more craft behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, versus I think modeling is good. But I think with acting, you could do more with it.
Yeah, modeling. It's like half of it is like how you were born. You know,
Yeah.
half of it is just how you look when you were born.
That's really it.
And there's not much you can improve on past a certain point.
It isn't.
Yeah.
It isn't, bro. Like you. Like
I'm good at having my picture taken.
Right.
Exactly, man. So, yeah, it's only so much you can really do with it, man. But it's been amazing, man. As far as like the doors that is open,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, I think because of modeling, bro, is how I got into acting.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, my agents, so shouts out to them. They put me in more, you know, commercial work, acting work, and everything. So, absolutely.
Do you think? Are there any kind of like actors you admire whose performances and like style you can like?
As far as like the art form of acting,
Yeah. Who you like to watch?
Oh yeah, who do you look up to, man?
my number one would be Will Smith.
Really?
Yeah, number one would be Will
You're the
Smith.
first like black man that said that. Everyone says Denzel then Will Smith.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
that's a great choice.
So you know why I say Will Smith though is because Denzel is like the godfather.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He's dope, right?
One of the best.
But if you notice, I think we've been able to see Will do dramatic, comical, romance.
Yep.
You know, like we've been able to see him do like different variety.
Did Ali. You know, he did like Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
And then just his whole stint on Fresh Prince was comedy.
Of course.
Yeah, he's he doesn't get enough credit for being that versatile.
Yeah, for real. And then he's been like really sci-fi, like I, Robot, I Am Legend.
Yeah.
After Earth.
Yeah, after.
Well, After Earth was a little quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. Come on, man. Come on.
No, I knew that.
But I Am Legend, those are
love I Am
classics.
Legend.
Yeah,
Those are
my favorite movie is
classics.
I Am Legend, man.
There's some really good faces in that movie. Like he makes some good.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of memes in that movie.
Yeah, real talk, man. So yeah, I think Denzel, man, like when it comes to drama, man, like no, he's untouchable.
Yeah, he's so heavy, he can't do comedy. His acting style is so heavy.
weird.
It'd be really weird. It'd be scary.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. But he's definitely the GOAT, man.
So is that more how you lean then? Like you want to do comedy and drama?
Yeah, like I don't want to be one of those actors that like you can only see me in serious films or serious shows or anything. Because I feel like that kind of push you in like a light that you don't necessarily want to be in all the time.
Right, and then people start seeing you in the street like, hey, you're the guy that abused or yelled at that woman in that one show. Like a lot of Tyler Perry actors get pigeonholed, you know?
Damn.
It's like, hey, you beat her up in that movie. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, for real. Like you know that happened to Michael Ealy.
Yes, yeah,
In For Color Girls.
yeah.
He said he had to do something where had to go to therapy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because that was a heavy character that he played.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man, it's tough. Even with Michael B. Jordan when he played Killmonger.
Killmonger, yeah,
He said he
yeah.
had to go to
Oh, I
therapy,
just read
so-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he did say that too.
Yeah, so you know it's tough. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that space where I'm always having to take on like a heavy role.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would just be a lot. You know, because we're human at the end of the day, so we take on a lot of the emotions and everything that we're trying to portray.
Yep.
I'm sure it'd be better to like make people laugh and have fun with it at certain times.
Sure.
A lot of acting too. They say not to do this, but it's so hard not to. But a lot of acting, in my experience, I draw on like sincere emotions.
Yeah, of course.
To portray either, crying, laughing, or otherwise. And repeating that over and over, especially if you're replaying a traumatic experience, it can have an effect on your mental health.
Of course.
If you have to be serious, if you have to cry on camera and force yourself to do that,
Yeah, man. It's tough, man.
it takes a toll.
It does, man. That's why, like, mental health, man, is definitely a real thing. So, because when you think about it, man, when you're trying to go and like trigger those emotions, you got to go back to something in your life.
Exactly.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun.
So,
I mean, you might give a hell of a scene, but no one knows in the back of your mind you're thinking of some real stuff. Like it's
You're thinking about the time your pants were wrinkled. That's cool.
See, you're like I gave you. See, now you can be like Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah. I'll take credit for your Oscar. Thank you very much.
And DiCaprio is another one of my favorites. So he's one of the goats too. Man.
He is.
Absolutely, man. Now, what was your favorite film that he was in, though? Both of y'all.
Man, it sounds so cliche because it just came out. Actually, you know what? I take it back. I was gonna say Once Upon a Time, but it's Django.
The Django.
It's Django. I mean, people might have been upset that he said the N-word so much, but I think Leo's a cool guy. But the way he played that slave master role made me a little suspicious. It's like you're playing this a little too well.
He really got that, like, sinisterness that is underneath
maniacal
this whole culture, the whole culture of the South,
right?
It's so evil
and he postured himself as superior, smart man. Whole time he's being undermined by Spitz, the guy who helped Django. But he captured that well, like the pompous attitude of so many of these slave masters. Super arrogant without having anything to truly back it up with.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he's a cool guy.
But
he played the role of an evil person so convincingly.
Yeah, man. And I think for a long time, he was underrated, bro. Because he didn't win an Oscar until he did
Revenant.
Yeah. But before that, man, I'm like, dude, Leo deserves an Oscar.
That was a joke online.
Yeah, that was like a meme itself.
Yeah, man. Like, I loved him in when he did The Departed.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Man, he was dope in that. But yeah, Inception.
Wow.
Shutter Island.
I always, whenever I'm asked to like call upon my knowledge, I can never.
It's so hard.
What he was in.
Yeah, it's so hard.
But I could, out of context, I could rattle it off.
You probably you're not a part of the art firm, so you don't really like. You probably look at it differently.
I mean, I look at it as like a viewer. I love watching movies. I don't participate.
Yeah, like when I look at it, I kind of like study it.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
Max more so wants to. He's more interested in the writing aspect.
Oh, yeah, I can write that.
Yeah. That's part of the reason we do this together, just like to get the comedic back and forth.
Gotcha.
But like, like you said, when you do more of an on-screen role, you study the acting.
Yeah, I think more about what he's saying, the writing behind. Like,
yeah,
I guess that's true.
Yeah, most definitely.
Pull up a list of what he was in. So.
But
I know.
I want to ask you, since you're so serious about this acting and everything, do you want to stay in Detroit? Because it's like a city that, we don't really get the tax break anymore.
Yeah, we don't
for filming.
No, we don't.
So like, what are your plans on that?
Well, you know what? I was actually supposed to go to LA.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to LA for a little bit before COVID.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, everything happens for a reason, man. So, but we're gonna see. But I definitely want to venture out, more because I mean, I travel now, to do certain things. But I definitely with acting, though, man, I gotta get somewhere where it's more fluent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, still things that happen here.
Yes.
As far as like, still like a lot of Detroit films that are like going on, taking off, and everything like that. And I just did a short, maybe like 2 months ago.
Okay.
So that short gonna be coming out pretty soon, and I'm gearing up to do another one pretty soon. So yeah,
it's hard too because this is an area where if you're union, if you're SAG, you get way less work.
Oh yeah,
and that's such a conflict of interest because you want to be SAG certified so you can branch out of Detroit.
Of course.
But if you live here and it's your primary source of income, or if it's just a major source of income, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Of course.
So they make it so you have to leave.
You have to.
You really don't have a choice.
Yeah, man. They really do that. And the thing about SAG too, man, it's so beneficial.
It is.
It's extremely beneficial, bro. But it just depends on where you at.
That's the thing, because America at its core is so anti-union.
Yeah.
Like they want to screw you over as much as you can. But like it's true. If we had the SAG here, we'd be getting paid the SAG minimum for every single job.
Yeah.
Like my bank account would be looking like, a little prettier if that were the case. But it's not. So it's scary, man. I feel like they kind of bully you into never becoming a union if you stay here.
Yeah, in a way, that's kind of how it goes. So, man, it's crazy how the things are so kind of like red taped. And,
Yep.
You know, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
But there's also, I feel like Detroit's been kind of a more entertainment center recently. There's a lot more music here.
Yeah, I mean, music is probably the number one.
Yeah, but that hasn't like translated to more video and movie and TV stuff.
I haven't seen more Detroit films coming out. Yeah, I think it's slowly arising. You know,
The biggest thing is that tax break.
Yeah, like tax break is everything.
That's why Georgia's huge.
Yeah, they go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
They go to Vancouver.
Yeah.
They go obviously like LA.
Yeah.
But without that here, you can't even blame them. It's like, if you want to stay within budget.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, man. It just comes down to it, man. I mean, but shouts out to everybody that's able to come up, man. They're able to really pursue it and do what they need to do with it, man. Because it's not easy, man.
I think it's honestly better if you start out in a smaller city, smaller venue.
I think so, too.
Because you get more work. You get your name. People recognize you.
Yeah.
In LA, you're a smaller fish in a bigger pond, so it's hard. It's easy to get lost.
One of many.
And in Detroit, it's a smaller scene. So I saw you on TV. I was like, oh wait, that's my man. Let's hit him up. Let's see what's up. And and your portfolio looks better, and
And you get that experience you were talking about at the beginning, where you're not a young kid who doesn't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
By the time you already are established, you know what the deal is.
Yeah, definitely. And then it plays a big part in your growth too, man. Because like what's crazy is like I don't like a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just like chill, disappear in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Really just be normal. So I think if I would have started modeling like ahead of time, like probably when I was like still a teenager, it probably would have went to my head.
Oh yeah.
I probably thought I was more important than I was.
That's why I'm so grateful I wasn't tall enough in high school. Because I probably would have bullied you a little more.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So, I mean, everything happens for a reason, man, for sure. Yeah. I say about it.
But thank you for coming on. I hope everything works out for you. I hope you eventually do make it to LA. I know you're gonna be killing whatever you do.
Man, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, man, you're out here grinding consistently. Gotta respect it.
Is there y'all too, man?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Is there anything you wanted to shout out, bring up before we take off?
Shout out. Yeah, everybody just stay safe out there, man. Have fun. Keep trying to do what you want to do. Don't ever think a dream is too far to reach.
Yeah.
Cause like I never thought I would be modeling or having commercials or being connected to the people I'm connected to. But I mean, it happened. So yeah, you only get one life, man. So do the most you can with it.
That's what I'm saying. Fear. Gotta get over fear.
Yeah, you gotta get over fear, man. I mean, and what's crazy is work ethic eliminates fear.
Mm-hmm.
Believe that.
Oh yeah, that's a great quote.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I said that, I think.
Okay.
That,
Okay, no doubt. I was gonna give you credit. I was like, oh man, you're a poet too.
No, I wish.
It's cool, man. But yeah, I want to say thanks again, my man.
Appreciate you, man.
For coming on. We had a great conversation.
Thanks, my man.
Check out the playlist as always. It's gonna be in the bio. I'm gonna link my man's social media so you can hit him up. Check out everything that I'm gonna link in the bio, and subscribe since we're on YouTube now. It helps a lot if you subscribe and like. And so thanks for tuning in and have a good one. Peace.
Bye.
One.
Good shit.